Hey, good people. The Lord wanted me to share this with you. A time where I experienced immediate breakthrough financially. I was attending a church at one point, and it was the first time we had ever, or I had ever, did what's called a first fruit offerings. Typically, in the month of January, you give what would be known as your highest and best, or what's known as a salary offering. If you've had business, you give the first fruit of your business, the first fruit of your salary, whatever you've brought in, you give that as the first to God. And it's based off of the revelation that whatever is true of the first is true of the whole lump sum. So if you give God your first, then if the first fruit that you give to God is blessed, then the whole lump sum will be blessed. And so the first time I've heard of that, first time I tried it, first time I did it. And of course, I'm operating out of faith. At that time, I was still in college. I didn't have a lot. I was working at the YMCA, just trying to, as college students do, make money, feed yourself, whatever. I had just moved into my apartment complex. It was shared living right here in Austin. And it was student housing. It's like a four bedroom, two bath apartment. And at that time, rent was only about maybe no more than $299 or something like that a month, right? Split that between four people, or four people were all paying $299. So that's why it was so cheap per person. I also had a car payment. It was like $187 or something. I just had like a little cash car, but I got a loan for it. I had to get back and forth from work and school and everywhere else. But anyway, nevertheless, it came time to give the first fruit. We had our first fruit service. And I remember I didn't have enough. I didn't make enough money that month or that week or whatever. Rent was due. My car payment was due. I think my check at that time came to about maybe $220. Matter of fact, yeah, I remember it's $220. And I just got paid that day. I walked in service, and service is going, and it came time to announce. You walk to the front, you announce how much you're giving, and you put it in the offering basket. Well, this time I had my check. I didn't cash it. I had my check in my hand, $220. My rent was $299. My car was $187. And if I paid my car, I couldn't pay my rent. If I paid my rent, I couldn't pay my car. The whole situation. And it came to me coming up. I walked up and got on the mic and I said, I don't have enough to pay my car or my rent. My check is only $220. I'm believing by faith I'm going to sow this whole check. And I walked back to my seat. I got tears coming from my eyes. I'm not knowing what to do, whatever. The associate pastor stands up, gets on the mic. He says, how much is your rent and how much is your car? And I remember specifically, I looked up at him. I said, my rent's $299, my car's $187. He pulled out a checkbook, wrote a check for both my rent and my car payment. I walked up to the front. I got the check, both of the checks. I'm crying, I'm bawling, I'm praising God. Spirit of God is moving. Everybody's praising God, going crazy. I'm walking back to my chair. Again, tears falling through my eyes, and I'm praising God. People are just walking up to me, hugging me, and they're, saying, bless you, all this other stuff. I didn't realize at the time, as I'm walking to my seat, people are hugging me. People were actually putting money in my pockets. They were putting money in my pocket as I was walking to my seat. I got to my seat, and I'm pulling out all this cash from my pockets, and literally I had like over $200 something in cash from people blessing me. So not only did I have my rent paid, my car paid, but I had enough cash to be a blessing to somebody else before the night was over, and had enough money left over to even feed myself. So it was such a phenomenal thing that when you obey God and you live by faith and you move by faith, that was one of the greatest testimonies of my life. I've been sowing ever since. I've been tithing ever since, and I've been seeing the miraculous from God. And I want to encourage somebody today, sow your seed, whether that be a tithe, a tenth, whether that be an offering, sow your seed. I encourage you today, release your seed and watch how God blesses you. I hope this encourages you.